Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday's market SITREP here at Top Gun Options. Matthew Buckley, call sign Wiz. Day, I guess 6.5, day 7 of this flu. Hopefully, get fully back up to speed by tomorrow. Another incredible split screen day here in these once United States of America. On one side of the screen, you got Nancy Scotch Pelosi frothing at the mouth with Humpty Dumpty Nadler and Adam Schiff. With their standard impeachment. It's just, it would be funny if it wasn't so serious. And then on the other screen, you have the President of the United States meeting with Vice Premier Leah He and signing a Phase 1 agreement. It's just, so there you go. So there's the picture, President of the United States, Vice Premier Leah He, and then Nancy Scotch Pelosi. It's just, you can't make this up, folks. And I'd rather get my teeth drilled than watch the Democratic debates, but saw some of the highlight or lowlights from last night. If the election was held within 24 hours of last night's Democratic debate, the president would win every state and Greenland. What an embarrassment. So be careful, folks. It's either going to be Sanders or the other Mr. Magoo. Oh, Joe Biden. And Donald Trump's going to wipe the floor with either one of those men. I mean, look at Hillary Clinton, first female running for president. Hell of a politician, debater. She was embarrassed on stage next to Donald Trump. You think Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden are going to be able to hold a candle? So the impeachment stuff, it only makes the president stronger, and the Dow's up 150 points on the day that Nancy's going to hop on her broomstick and fly down the hallway to deliver the impeachment. I believe we're going to sell on the news here. We just did a good accelerated retirement brief where we look to get bearish on FXI, which is the iShares China ETF. This primary portfolio is doing great. Look at this month to date. FXI, we're up $9,600 on trades with this China trade deal. Good $3,300 on Boeing and $2,000 on Lulu. Got a bear call spread on the S&P 500 out to Friday. It's a little red right now, but like I'm about to say, we're going to run out of airspeed. Once everybody reads what's in this thing, there ain't much in it. There's really nothing to it. We're essentially doing what we've been doing for 18 months. It's just we decided to have a lot of pomp and circumstance and hail to the chief and, an hour-long introduction by the president, which was awful. I praise the guy when I think he does good, and I slam him when he doesn't. That was probably the dumbest opening I've ever seen this president give. He rambled for about 45 minutes, thanking everybody in the room, including like the White House waiter. It was awful, and it was rude. You got four dudes standing on stage that don't speak a lick of English. They initially were clapping every time everybody clapped in the room as the president initially thanked, the vice president, and thanking people for part of it. Then he went around the room and thanked every business leader: Jamie Dimon from J.P. Morgan, Ken Griffin, Citadel. Where's Ken? Hey, Ken doesn't want to stand up. He's embarrassed. Yeah, I'm embarrassed too. So I think once the market really digests what's in this quote agreement, it's not a trade deal, right? It's a Phase 1 agreement. I don't think it's going to be that good. And it's not going to be that good when you see on the Global Times, the Chinese government's mouthpiece, Phase 1 deal should be cherished. Senator Rubio blind to the fact that Tibet is part of China. This is so, implementing China-U.S. trade deal should be a two-way street. What? Okay. So this is I don't think there's a lot of good in it. There's really nothing. The U.S. has essentially agreed to have 15% tariffs on $120 billion in Chinese imports and an, quote, indefinite delay on further tariff hikes. And Lighthizer already said, Phase 2, we're not really going to start talking about until we see that they're in a – here's the shocking, blinding news bulletin. We're not going to really be talking Phase 2 stuff until we see that they live up to Phase 1 stuff. You think? They're going to make some, bogus ag purchases. That's the other reason we looked at a bear call spread on EWZ. That's the Brazilian ETF. Looked at a bear call spread, and this thing's getting pounded into the dirt today, and it should, and it's going to go even lower. I think we're heading down to the 50-day moving average on EWZ. So this thing kind of went up on the whole, that Phase 1's got nothing in it. They're going to keep buying their soybeans and ag stuff from Brazil, and then now it's rolling over here. So good-looking bearish trades on EWZ, but I think it's a sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. So Dow was up 190, went all the way back down to 90. Now we're back up to 160. We're settling into some reading time here because, as has been reported, nobody really knew what was in these red or blue folders, right? This is 88 pages of we all got to find out what's in this thing. Kudlow interview today on CNBC. Tax cuts 2.0 going to be unveiled later during the Trump's presidential campaign. Look, you just can't. You can't keep this rally down. But everybody and their mother, and my mother included, knows that the main reason that this rally is going, look at the Fed's balance sheet, man. Pull up your Bloomberg term. I can't stand saying that guy's name. Pull up your terminal and take a look at the Fed's expansion of their balance sheet. It matches the climb of the S&P 500 to a T. So it's pretty easy to have a stock market going up when that's the only place you can be. Interest rate, where are you going to put it? In a Folgers can in your yard or in a CD? It's physically impossible, folks. If you're looking for yield, if you're looking for a return on your money, it's got to be in equities in the market, especially when the Fed's juicing the market higher here. Good pop out of Visa today. Yesterday they bought Plaid, $5.3 billion. Nice little pop out of Visa today. Visa's had a monster run. Look at this. We've been in Visa for a long time here, up 2% today. Nice move out of Visa. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citi, Bank of America, all these guys reported earnings. JP Morgan down 2.5 bucks, almost 2 points, 2%. Good earnings yesterday. Not fantastic enough to support a $140 stock price, man. So I'd be bearish on the financials here. They're going to head lower, as is the overall market here. New CEO taking the helm at Boeing, Dave Calhoun. It's pretty awesome when the guy in front of you gets fired and gets a $65 million paycheck. Isn't that awesome? Only in corporate America can 346 people die because of you. Essentially, you're the commanding officer and you get a huge paycheck, right? You're the commanding officer of the USS McCain or the Fitzgerald, and you hit another ship and sailors die, you get charged with negligent homicide. Just the difference between the military and the business world. We hold people accountable. The business world does not. If I was a Boeing shareholder, I'd be in court right now. I'd be suing Boeing. I don't care what the agreement was. You claw that compensation back. The man was fired and people died. It doesn't get any worse than that. And the guy's walking away with, gliding away with a golden parachute. Amazon lifts ban on FedEx Ground for third-party prime shipments. What a mafia move. So around Christmas, they wanted to keep all the revenue, so they ditched FedEx Ground, and then now that it's gone, Amazon says FedEx service levels have improved. They're performing okay again, so we'll start using them again. Right? So Amazon used their own assets during the surge, called a surge, like use a military term. And now that the surge is over, we'll go back to using blue collar folks here. It's comical, man. Love Amazon. Love what they're doing here. Can't stand Jeff Bezos. Saw the other day, I think he gave like $600,000 to like Australia or some firefighting efforts. $600,000. The guy is a kabillionaire. He loans money to God. $600,000. I think his personal trainer is probably $600,000 a month. Look at the dude. He went from being a booger eater to a cyborg, but 600, whatever. Trade wars, trade issues aren't over yet. We're still fighting it out with Argentina and Brazil over some steel and aluminum tariffs that the president slapped on his way over to the NATO summit. That's what caused the only significant pullback in this 2.5-month rally here, going on 3-month rally. But the president's going to start smacking around Macron. Cheese-eating surrender monkey wants to put a digital services tax on our tech companies. What did Trump say? Great, you do that. I'm going to tax 100% tariffs on champagne, cheese, and wine from France. Whoa! How do you get California's sparkling wine industry off alert sitting there? You force Americans to buy it. I don't know I go out to a club and buy a bottle of Veuve. I'm like, okay, I just paid $500 and I could have gotten it for $100 at Costco. Now they're going to charge $1,000. No, thank you. So anyway, folks, Good stuff going on. Really happy with what's going on in our portfolios. We had a great accelerated retirement session today. I'm getting ready to post that replay in case you couldn't attend. Bearish on FXI, bearish on EWZ, and also bearish on Lulu. We took a look at putting a Lulu bear call spread on as this thing pops. Every time it gets close to the top of the Keltner channel, it kind of retreats and takes a little bit of a breather. And I think it's going to do the same thing here. So really good stuff. Very happy with everything that's going on. After the close tomorrow, at 4:30 Eastern, we're going to do a live trade brief. Make sure you check your email or go to the Top Gun Options Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Top Gun Options, and you can click on the link to register. I'm going to give you my 2020 outlook. I'm going to give you my proprietary acronym for where we're trading this coming year and actionable trades. We're going to be taking a look at all the names that we're going to be looking at targeting for maximum profit. Okay. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge and God bless. I'll talk to you tomorrow.